Hello, good afternoon, everyone. This is Geetha Krishnan here, your host for Gratitude Leadership Summit. And I have been in this industry for 17 years. I'm a corporate behavioral trainer, a gratitude leadership coach, international best-selling author, co-author with 2 books, Journey to the Stage, and also with uh, another book that is it's all about our courage. So, Courage Under Siege. I teach people to thank and laugh all the way to the bank. And we've started this Gratitude Leadership Summit, especially in this pandemic time, to support people, to help entrepreneurs show a lot more about themselves, give them confidence, and share about their businesses, and also create a ripple of positiveness, energy, and most importantly, gratitude. Gratitude is something that we all need and we all have. It's just that we need to identify it and we need to go deeper into it so that we can use it for the best benefit that we can bring about for ourselves. So today, my illustrious guest today is a most amazing guest is Vanan. I would like to share a little more about Vanan. He is a fitness coach, an entrepreneur, of course. He's from Singapore. And his object is to support people, help people really come out and understand themselves better holistically, not just physically being fit, but also emotionally and in every way. So that's what they focus on. I'll share a little more about Vanan. Vanan has over 20 years of fitness experience in both coaching, trainers, and clients. With lots of love and passion towards fitness and getting people to be inspired through healthy living by keeping them fit. So FITMANTRAS is a revolution that started in July 2016, aiming to provide fun, affordable, and fuss-free fitness programs that cater to all their fitness needs. With their highly experienced and dedicated trainers conducting all manners of fitness programs from personal training to Fitgarages. So that's all about Vanan. And he started off and he has an amazing story which he'll be sharing with us, how we came up with this whole amazing idea. And absolutely from scratch, he started on, he didn't have any idea about fitness before he jumped into this pool of guiding people with just the intention of helping and supporting many more in the being fit industry. So it's all yours, Vanan. Let's just jump in and please share your journey. Please share your gratitudes, and we'll just go ahead with the flow of our gratitude leadership challenge today. Please do.
Thank you,
There's a
Geetha,
big
for
warm welcome.
a great, humble introduction about myself. Thank you. I'm so blessed and happy that you did the introduction for me. So it's lesser for me to do the part of introduction on me. But I mean, as we agreed to get into this call, I think that one thing that actually got me very inspired is because of the word gratitude. Because gratitude is something that I breathe in and breathe out all the time. But of course, when we say about gratitude, the most fundamental or the important thing that we should be very grateful is we are still breathing in
Right.
and we're still kicking, right? So when the breathing and the kicking stops, then it's a different level of story. But having said that, as currently the COVID-19 pandemic is been a big issue for everyone in terms of old, young, rich, poor, doesn't see any status, doesn't see any colors, doesn't see any religion. It just comes in and attacks it. But I think at this point of time, the immunity is very important. Self-care is very important. So my background is all about fitness. And over the past 18 years, I was just a gym guy who just go to the gym and coach and train. But apart from that, I'm also a lecturer and a master trainer. So I used to train a lot of trainers. But something magical happened because I'm very thankful for that. The company that I was working for got liquidated, which means overnight we lost a job. So I take that as an opportunity. I didn't see that as a burden because it was given me overnight to make a decision what I want to do in my life. In the past 18 over years, I mean, when I was in the company, I was always working for someone, which means someone gives me the instructions and I do it. But sometimes when I have things that I want to do it, the things doesn't happen in the way that I want to be. It's because there's always approvals. There's always some challenges, barricades and barriers. So this was my opportunity. So I took it as a full gratitude and full of blessings, and I moved on. And that is where FITMANTRAS came about, as you mentioned lovely in your introduction. Again, I just don't want to be in the gym focus, so I came out. So my area of gym is the outdoor, which is Mother Earth. It's the park, it's the sea, it's the forest. We do all kind of exercises in the nature. And then something magical happened again. I'm very helpful and thankful for that. That I started to begin holistic fitness, which means mind, body, breath, soul, physical fitness. So when we get the processes right, so we have to get the processes right from your mind, we get the processes right on your breathing, and we get the processes right for your heart. So when we do stages by stages, then there is a higher chance of you appreciating our life and be very grateful. But unfortunately, if you look at what is happening right now, a lot of people are not grateful. A lot of people do not show their gratitude because every single thing that's happening in their life is what they have wished for. So if example, I'm just giving you an example, Geetha. So if let's say if I'm sitting down and say, oh, the C-19, the COVID-19 is dangerous. I'm scared. I'm scared. I'm scared. Am I going to die? Am I going to die? Am I going to die? Am I going to fall sick? I'm going to fall sick. Basically, what you are telling the universe or what you are telling to your body is your body and your mind is listening to what exactly you're saying. So the body says, I am under your command and I will do it. So basically, it is playing a drama towards the goal or what you wished for. If you keep on saying, I want to achieve it, I will overcome it, and I'll be blissful, and I'm thankful, and I'm going to achieve. So you do not have any fear. You're always blessed. You're full of gratitude. You're full of happiness. So you are lifted to a different dimension. So when you go in a different dimension, you are totally away from all the other people. So in a group or in a crowd, if you're always in a crowd, you always consider a crowd. But if you want to show your talent, you need to step out of the crowd. So in that aspect, something magical happened. As I mentioned to you 2 times in my whole life. And that's why I said, you know what, this is the time that I make use full of it and is to give back to whoever I can inspire and pull them back. So if you look at it in the fitness training, I just don't focus on just fat loss or muscle toning or eating healthy, but I focus a lot on the mind, the breathing, the body. So certain of the trainings can be in the outdoor, certain of the trainings can be indoor. So I got the both privileges of doing both and getting anybody to live blissfully. So that is how is my journey is up to right now.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that, Vanan. I totally and am in sync with what you shared because I also have a team building program. Mostly I do it in corporates and also one-on-one as well as in smaller groups as open workshops where I incorporate a gratitude walk. So a gratitude walk is you are actually walking in trails on the beach in absolutely amazing surroundings, and you're with your team, you're interacting with the team one-on-one, you know, totally focused on how you can appreciate each other better. Like I had a walk with a mother and a daughter, and they were already in sync with each other. They obviously, mother and daughter, they love each other, but after the walk they were so you know, engrossed in the whole rhythm, and they just loved the whole experience. Just the same way in organizations, when you interact with the teams and you go out, you don't have the interruptions like phones or you know, there's a call from the manager or there's any kind of work-related pressure on you. You can connect with each other better. You can understand each other better, and you can appreciate the work that they are putting in better. So all these things really helped me bring about a more concentric, more thought process oriented interaction between the teams. And I totally understand where you're coming from, because it really helps us to hone in our skills better, to you know, sometimes we compartmentalize everything, personal life separate, work life separate, and we need to have the family this separate, everything. I remember there was a video of the BBC interview, and the child from behind came in. Everybody's working from home, so it became a big news. Why do we have to think that way? It's perfectly okay. You're working from home. Everybody knows that. So it's just sometimes we tend to compartmentalize everything. Sometimes it's very important that we need to understand ourselves better and bring things together, like you rightly said just now. So each and everything is completely focused on gratitude, being grateful for being able to talk or create a talk which can inspire others, isn't it? So I wanted to ask you, what other tips or tools that you can suggest as a fitness trainer right now during this pandemic period, or even later, how people can combat stress uh, using these tools?
When we talk about stress, I think stress is something that is self-inflicted. I mean, sometimes I can be a culprit of that situation as well when I don't do my basic needs. First of all, I think self-care is very important. Self-care means you detached from everything around you. So just imagine you are standing and there's a shield around you. That shield is very important because anywhere we go, it's just like a virus that can come to us. So to prevent this virus coming to us, we wear a mask. So same thing to our body. So there's a shield that we need to cover around us. And the only way we can get that shield is by self-care, which means instead of outward, we need to look inward. So we need to look into ourselves first and
Right.
appreciate every single thing that we need to do or we have done or what we're going to do in the future. So when we do that, basically what's happening to you is you're appreciating yourself and you feel so synchronized with the current condition of this chaotic world. Because if you know that every morning we wake up, we rush things, in the afternoon we rush the things again, then in the evening we rush. So our entire life, we've been just rushing. But this 1 month or 2 months that if you're locked down, or even in Singapore, it's called a circuit breaker. It's a mini
Okay.
restriction movements, right? Still people can go out and exercise, but something like India, and India is under a lockdown right now, right?
Absolutely. Complete lockdown, and we are asked not to step out unless and until it's absolutely essential. The malls, everything is shut. Even groceries, you go there, they have a stipulated period. They give you tokens, and you can take the tokens, and then so that you don't have to wait in the line. But we are trying to avoid as much as possible. Order stuff in so that even if it takes a lot of time, it does reach you at your doorstep. So trying to understand the situation and be able to combat it as much as possible. That's what everybody is trying to do. So with all that said and done, it's very important for us to stay positive,
That,
because today, in another 15 more days, end of this month, there's going to be a lockdown. So everybody, like, my mom is in a different place, I'm in a different place, my son is in the US. So every time when we start thinking about all these things, it just comes on to you. It's not easy to stay away from stress, even when we think that, okay, let's stay focused. But yes, it does affect us. So how can we help ourselves not to affect us? That's where we are. So all the time we keep thinking of why is it us, why is it me, even if, isn't it? So the moment we think about why not, when we turn the trajectory towards how can we work the other way around, why do we have to always focus on, okay, i'm 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 not able to do this, but there are so many other people who are not able to do this also, and there are many more who are fighting for their lives, or maybe fighting for various other things that you have right now. So just being grateful for this minute, being in this minute, the past moment is, again, right now we are sitting in this minute at this place. In another few seconds this would be past,
that's right.
isn't it?
Yeah.
And those same moments in a little ahead of future, we are going to reach there. So that will be future. So it's all the same moments. It's all the same time. And once we realize that present is the reality, only the present is the most thing that we need to focus on. And when we start doing that, our present, whatever we think right now, whatever we believe, whatever we assume, or anything that you are right now, that's what you're going to be forever, or 10 years hence. Or because, as you rightly said, universe listens to us, and it gives us what we want. So let's start focusing on being grateful, being in this minute. And Vanan, as you rightly shared, we just like we put the mask, isn't it? We put the mask for the virus not affect us. Just the same way, covering ourselves is to let not the stress affect us. So you mentioned about your journey. So what exactly, like, how do you go about doing your fitness programs? Right now, are you doing it online or physically? How are you doing it? Changing the format that you had all the time.
So before the COVID-19, all our trainings are conducted outdoor. Mainly about 70 to 80% is outdoor. Because I feel that people tend to connect with nature when you're outdoor, comparison to a gym. But then again, I'm not saying gym might not be useful, because most of the development of the strength of the muscles have to be done certain workouts in the gym. So yes, so about 30% I utilize the gym concept workout in
Okay.
indoor gyms, but 70 to 80%, or rather 70% itself, it's all outdoor that we focus. But right now, because of these COVID-19, we have to make certain measurements. We need to make certain changes in the way that we operate for a short period of time. So at this point of time, all our training programs, our meditations, our breathing techniques, our holistic fitness, even for the fat loss, muscle toning, general eating, nutrition, everything now we have combined into virtual. So when I say
Okay.
virtual, means every training is conducted one-to-one, or either
Okay.
couples, like husband and wife, brothers or sisters. So everything is now being done in the virtual. But what I've noticed over the past 2 weeks, I mean, in fact, just 1 week is going to finish in Singapore. We still have
Okay.
3 more weeks to go. I think the connectivity is still the same. The energy is still the same. The motivation level is also still the same. So I don't see much of a difference conducting outdoors or gym or even virtually, because we are all well connected with the current technology. So I think we need to use whatever that is given to us and make
True.
full use of it, rather than sitting and saying, oh, this has affected me and this is not affected me. So then you're putting a lot of judgment. So then you go crazy, you become stressed, you become anxiety. You can think about anything that will just fall upon you, because you're just inviting all the unnecessary. So I think at this point of time, during this C19, you all have to work together to overcome it, to emerge ourselves stronger, better, and shine brighter. I mean, that is my tip for the day.
Absolutely. Wonderful. Thank you so much for sharing that, Vanan. And as you rightly said, same here with me also. So we are doing a lot of programs online. And if one-on-one coaching, if anybody would require, then just ping us and let us know what kind of coaching or what kind of improvement, positivity, or motivational coaching you require. As a gratitude leadership coach, I do one-on-one sessions as well as workshops which are conducted online, including gratitude leadership appreciation workshops, which we do online. So today we wanted to start off with a challenge. So I encourage yourself as well as everybody who's watching us as viewers to focus on your gratitudes. We are focusing on a 30-day challenge. So Loving Path, that is the Grateful Path challenge. That this is a tool that I've created for my clients. So I'm offering it to all of you. It's called Grateful Path Challenge, and it's gratitude to a person. So when you write down three gratefulness that you have every day for 30 days. So your gratitude for a person, that's the first one. P, you're grateful for a person. Second, grateful for an activity. So when you write grateful for a person, you say, for example, I'm grateful for my mom. I'm writing down, I'm grateful for my mom for a reason, for making a cup of tea for me, or I'm grateful for my husband for doing the dishes for me. So writing down specifically what is it that you're grateful for to the person. You know? One step ahead is you may want to call the person. You know, it's pandemic, you just can't meet the person, but you can always call the person, or go on a Skype video, or go on a uh, WhatsApp video and talk to the person. So that would be one step up. So you can actually see the happiness in the person's eyes. So these are the small moments that we can capture, little things that we can capture to tomorrow reflect back. Oh wow, we had these wonderful memories, isn't it? So grateful for a person, grateful for an activity, any activity that you may be doing through the day. It could be right now everything we are doing by ourselves, so maybe cooking, or maybe washing the clothes, or whatever that you may be doing. So grateful for an activity, and grateful for a thing. So any particular things, for example, if you ate an apple, you can be grateful for the apple because it's going to help you in putting the doctor away. If the doctor is handsome or pretty, you don't need to eat the apple, right? So that's an old joke. So each and every one of us can write down 3 gratefulness, 3 gratitudes: gratitude to a person, gratitude to an activity, and gratefulness to a thing. Okay, so writing these three things down, the first thing in the morning or the last thing when you go to bed. So keep a small spiral book next to your bed and write it down. And writing it every day for 30 days, it would help you to bring an attitude of gratitude in yourself. And believe me, it brings the wonderful glow that any positive atmosphere can bring in. It's absolutely amazing, because gratitude can create that awe, that glow in you, just by feeling it. And Vanan, you are a wonderful example. You've been doing it for so many years. I have been doing it since I've known myself, right from my childhood. Unknowingly, I've been doing it. But right now, knowingly, when I started writing it, I started off with 1, and then 3, and then 10, and then 15, and then 50. Now I write around 100 gratitudes every day, just to feel the positiveness, and it's so amazing. So I really sincerely encourage all of you to start with the attitude of gratitude, start believing, and start staying in the continuous flow of gratitude. That is the intention of this whole summit, is to bring about more positivity. And please share the video with many more people so that they can also benefit by doing it and participate in our challenge. So I encourage Vanan, you also to do that, and let me know, give us the feedback, message us, ping us, and share with us how it has been helpful and instrumental, because physically writing it makes all the difference. So let's all start off with a challenge. And thank you so much, Vanan, for being on the show today. Please share how people can reach you, your website details, or where in social media people can reach you to experience your programs virtually as well as physically when they are in Singapore.
So they can connect me with the social media, which I think is the most powerful tool at any given time in our whole history of humankind, because it's just like I'm just talking to you in a 10 meters or 20 meters away, or even lesser than that, maybe a 1 meter away, right? But it seems like that we might be thousands and thousands of kilometers away, but we're so near. So social media mine is Facebook is Vanan, Vanan Govindasamy. That is my Facebook. For those who want to get me in touch, my website is www.fitmantra. It's FITMANTRAS.com. So these are the 2 platforms that can be reached to me. If you do have any inquiries, or if you want to have a chat, I'm always happy to have a chat with you. So that's my contacts.
Perfect. Thank you so much, Vanan. And you can all reach me at geethakrishnan.com, GeethaKrishnan.com, and also ping me on my Facebook, Geetha Krishnan, or LinkedIn, Geetha Krishnan. Twitter, again, is Geetha K Speaks, and Instagram is Geetha Krishnan Inspires. So we are all there to support you. You can email me at geethakrishnaninspires@outlook.com. And please let us know if you're following the challenge. Give us our feedback. It would be wonderful to have as many case studies as possible to create more positiveness and happiness around in the world. So thank you again, Vanan, for your time and support in every way, and looking forward to creating more amazing workshops and challenges all around the world again and again.
All
Thank you
right.
so much.
Thank you, Geetha. Thank you so much.
Thank you. Have fun.
Bye bye.
Have a wonderful rest of the day. Bye bye. Take care.